Hi. So today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about positive language. It's something that comes up all the time with my clients, and how the words we use can be so powerful, so impactful. Words are magic, actually. It's called spelling for a reason, because everything we say, every word we use is like scripting our unconscious mind. So we're constantly sending messages to ourselves through the language that we use, and that's the language that we use externally, talking to other people and describing ourselves or describing our life. But it's also the language we use in our head, and it's the words we say inside ourselves that are also, super powerful. And it's often those words that we don't even consider. Actually, what do you say to yourself in your own head? Are you kind to you, or do you say some pretty dodgy old stuff? Well, if you do, stop it. Be kind to you. Okay, so let's talk to you a little bit more about what I mean in terms of the positive language. We all know about let's be upbeat, let's be positive. But how do we do that? There's some real finesse with how we do that will be impactful and will make a difference. So I study what is known as Neurolinguistic programming. So the language part is quite key. And how often do you talk about what you don't want rather than what you do want? It's so easy to say, oh, I don't want to be feeling nervous, I don't want to be feeling anxious, I don't want this, I don't want that, or I want to be less this or less that. But actually, in doing that, we're using the word of nervous, anxious, all these negative words that we could be using. And of course, when we use a word, the brain will fire off neurons in response to that word. They literally will fire off those parts of the brain. So if you're using that type of language, and I don't want to keep using those less helpful words, because they'll be firing off those neurons in you. So what I want to use is, if you fire off the word happy, say, and you use the word happy or confident or resilient or whatever the words are that you want to use that really are empowering, powerful words for you, then your neurology that relates to those words will be triggered, and you will get a response within your system. So the more we use these good words, these powerful words, these positive words, the more this wakes up the neurology. So it's like the neurons go out and create neurological pathways. And what we want is the positive neurological pathways to be like the ones that get used all the time and become like super highways, become like, so they're our go-to way of feeling and being before anything else. And one of the ways that we can really do this is with the power of positive words. So it's not about denying how we feel. So if you're having a day where maybe it's a bit, it's okay to say, do you know what, this is a less good day. Do you know what, today I feel a long way from my bestest self. That's okay, because we can still express feeling not as good as we might like, but still saying words like good, best. I'm feeling, do you know what, I've got this meeting today and I feel anything but my confident self, or anything but confident, because in doing that, we're still firing off those little neurons for confidence. So it's a small way that we can really tweak how we use language to create little shifts. I mean, I'm not talking that this stuff is going to suddenly miraculously change everything, but you know what? If we do little things regularly that impact us and start to create those positive neuropathways, get our positive thinking sort of more supercharged, then over time, do you know what? It does make a difference. It's a bit like, do you ever see flowers moving? A sunflower? Probably not. And yet, you watch a sunflower. In the morning, it's facing one way, and in the evening, it's facing another, because that sunflower looks to the sun, and it keeps that. So sometimes these little changes that in and of themselves don't seem like they're making a difference, over time, without you noticing, they can have a big impact. So that's just a little share. I hope it's useful to you.